78% of homebuyers choose the agent who responds first. If your lead gen system talks to your CRM and your CRM triggers instant follow-up, you own that first response advantage. A unified platform closes the gap between capture and contact. Fragmented tools leak time, and time leaks deals. On a single platform, lead data flows instantly from capture to contact, routing to AI response, all tracked in one pipeline. No integrations to break, no data silos. No sales rep chasing spreadsheets. That speed difference isn't cosmetic. Agents responding within 5 minutes qualify leads 21 times better than those who wait 30 minutes. When everything lives on one system, you hit 5 minutes as the default, not the exception. Most agents build their tech stack one tool at a time. Lead gen platform, then a CRM, then a texting app, then maybe a dialer. Each solves one problem. Each creates a new one, moving data between them. Real estate technology has 3 core jobs: finding motivated buyers or sellers, storing and scoring that relationship, and then staying in front of them until they transact. Traditionally, those jobs live in 3 different products. Your website generates a lead, your CRM stores it, your email or SMS tool follows up. The problem isn't that these tools exist independently, it's that independent tools don't know what the other one is doing. A buyer fills out a form on your website at 9 a.m. That's job 1, captured. But unless your CRM is directly fed by that form, someone has to manually input it. That's where the 5-minute window closes. By the time a human recognizes the lead exists, 30 minutes or an hour has passed. The National Association of Realtors found in 2026 that 78% of homebuyers work with whichever agent gets to them first. Not the best agent, the fastest one. Here's what happens when your lead gen, CRM, and follow-up tools live on one platform instead of 3. When a prospect fills out a form, the moment that lead enters the system, 3 things fire simultaneously. First, it's instantly scored and routed based on your CRM rules. Second, an automated response goes out, a text, a call, an email, triggered by the platform's AI logic. Third, the lead appears in your pipeline so you know exactly where it is and what it needs next. No manual handoffs, no waiting for Zapier to sync, no guessing whether the CRM saw it. All 3 jobs happen in parallel on the same system, sharing the same data. RealTrends and InsideSales.com measured this in 2026. Agents who responded to web leads within 5 minutes qualified them 21 times more effectively than those who waited 30 minutes. The difference isn't just speed, it's consistency. When follow-up is fragmented across tools, it's inconsistent. One lead gets texted, another gets forgotten because the SMS app didn't sync back to the CRM. Another gets over-contacted because 3 different tools all tried to reach out independently. An all-in-one platform enforces a single contact rhythm. The Inman and RealTrends Technology Adoption Survey in 2026 found that agents using AI-assisted response systems, chatbots, automated routing, intelligent texting, all on the same platform, captured 40% more leads than those relying on manual-only methods. The gain isn't from having fancy AI. It's from having AI that sees everything the prospect did. A buyer submitted a form last week and got an automated response. She didn't reply. A unified system logs that. When she opens the listing email you sent yesterday, the platform notes the engagement. The AI recognizes renewed interest and triggers a timely, relevant follow-up. Not spam, not redundant, just smart. That's the synergy. Goliath Data's approach illustrates this principle. Lead sourcing, lead qualification, and CRM live on the same data layer, so every contact attempt reflects the full history of the prospect's engagement. When the system sees which prospects convert to closed deals, it learns which lead sources actually matter, not just which ones generate noise. Here's how to build a lead-to-close workflow that actually converts. Step 1. Centralize your lead sources. Identify every place a buyer or seller might find you. Your IDX website, paid ads, organic search, referrals, even direct inbound calls. Pull them all into one lead entry point so the system sees every prospect the same way. Step 2. Automate initial capture and response. The moment a lead hits your system, an AI-powered chatbot or IVR answers the initial question. On a unified platform, this response isn't separate from your CRM, it's part of it. The bot asks a qualifying question, logs the answer in the prospect's record, and routes them based on that response. Leads interested in buying go to one queue, sellers go to another, investors go to a third, all happening in seconds, not hours. Step 3. Implement persistent follow-up with consistent messaging. Once a lead is routed, your platform triggers a sequence. Text on day 0, email on day 1, phone call on day 3. Each touchpoint is intelligent. It reflects what you already know about the prospect. You don't text someone asking for information you already logged from their initial form. Real trends found in 2026 that leads receiving 6 or more contact attempts convert 70% higher than those with fewer touches. But that math only works if the follow-up is automated and consistent. Manual follow-up burns agents out. Automated follow-up, when done right, feels personal because it's informed. Step 4. Track and score engagement in real time. Every open, every click, every call, your platform logs it. Based on that engagement, the system scores the prospect's readiness and prioritizes them in your pipeline. A seller who downloaded 3 comparable market analysis reports gets flagged as hot. A buyer who opened an email about a specific neighborhood goes higher on the call list. Step 5. Identify your profit sources. This is where unified data pays off most. Your platform now knows which lead sources close deals, which ones eat time, and which ones have the highest lifetime value. Goliath data surfaces this signal automatically, showing agents that maybe organic search converts better than paid ads, or that referral leads close 50% faster. Once you see that pattern, you can double down on profitable channels and cut waste. Let's say you're a real estate agent in Austin, competing against 40 other agents in a hot market. A buyer searches for homes in your neighborhood on Google. She clicks on a listing, and your site appears in the IDX results. She clicks through to see 3 properties. On a fragmented stack, here's what happens. She fills out a form on your website to request a showing. That form is received by your lead gen platform. It sits there. Meanwhile, your CRM is still waiting for you to manually copy the contact info over. Your assistant is supposed to send an automated email, but she's in a meeting. By the time she gets back and manually forwards the lead, it's 1 hour later. The buyer, frustrated by the lack of response, clicked on another agent's listing and filled out their form instead. That agent responded in 3 minutes with an automated message and a calendar link. The buyer booked a showing, now on a unified platform. Same buyer, same click sequence. The moment she submits the form, your system instantly sends her an automated response. Thanks for your interest. Here's a calendar link to schedule a showing, and here's a text message with the 3 property details she viewed. She gets her answer in 90 seconds. While she's reading the calendar link, your CRM has already scored her as high intent. She viewed multiple properties, filled out the form, and opened the text in under 2 minutes. You get a push notification saying a qualified lead just came in. You call her. She's still thinking about the properties. You're the first call she's received. You book the showing. Later that month, she's ready to make an offer. You close the deal. The entire experience from initial click to contract took 2 weeks because you were responsive from minute 1. The buyer trust started with speed and was reinforced by consistency. Every follow-up felt timely and relevant because it was informed. That's the difference. It's not flashy, it's mechanical, but it compounds. Agents who move leads from inquiry to showing in under an hour convert at double the rate of those who take 3 hours. That's Goliath Data's thesis. Unify the flow, and the results follow. Mistake 1. Picking tools based on features, not integration. You see a CRM with beautiful dashboards and a lead gen platform with fancy AI, so you buy both. Then you spend 3 months trying to wire them together with Zapier integrations. Integrations break. Data syncs incorrectly. You end up with duplicates in your database. The lesson: pick a single platform that does lead gen, CRM, and follow-up natively. If those 3 jobs aren't built on the same infrastructure, you haven't solved the problem. You've just added a broken integration layer. Mistake 2. Treating follow-up as optional. You set up your lead gen and CRM, but you deprioritize automation. You figure your sales team will just remember to follow up. Real Trends data shows leads receiving 6 or more touches convert 70% higher than those with fewer. But the average agent touches a lead 3 times before giving up. If you're not automating at least half of those touches, you're leaving conversion on the table. The platform gives you the tools. You have to use them. Mistake 3. Buying a platform without measuring what actually closes. You generate 100 leads a month. You might think all of them are equally valuable. They're not. A unified system lets you see which lead sources actually close deals and which ones just fill your pipeline with noise. If you're not looking at that data monthly, you're flying blind. You might be spending $1,000 a month on paid ads that convert 0 deals while organic search converts 4. Stop buying blind. Let the platform show you where your profit lives. Mistake 4. Underestimating the cost of fragmentation. You think separate tools save money because each one is cheaper individually. But fragmentation costs time. Your assistant's time manually moving data, your sales team's time chasing down missing information, your own time trying to understand why your pipeline doesn't match reality. When you add up salary, wasted effort, and lost deals, unified platforms almost always cost less than fragmented stacks over a year. Here's the rule: one system, one source of truth, one contact rhythm, one profit signal. The agent who wins in 2026 isn't the one with the most tools. It's the one whose tools move like a single machine.